It's a beautiful sunny day in June, and I'm off for a ride out now with an old mate, and we're going to get together. A bit of a surprise for you coming up, a special announcement. So join me in a few minutes, 100 miles down the road, and we will rendezvous. Yeah, it's great to be back out on the bike today with Seafly Fisher. And if you notice, he's riding a different bike, so see, he goes to the top of the class for working out what he's got. Beautiful sunny day in Wiltshire. In my opinion, probably the finest roads in the country. And two Ducati Monster R's. Beautiful conditions, not too hot, not too cold. Notice here Dale's in a nice sort of dominant position on the road, out towards the crown, which sort of maximises height, just gives him just a little more view. So if you notice now that Dale just taken a nice position quite close to the curve there, just to open up that right-hander. Now moves out towards the middle of the road. Central position now. And some nice bends ahead. Planning his overtake. No point closing up yet because there's no view. And before he overtakes, he'll want to clear the left-hand side, look down the left-hand curb really, just to see for any junctions, pedestrians, dogs, cyclists, and also clear the right-hand side too. There he goes. The thing about the Monster is all you need to do is think about it and you overtake. And notice again just a lovely line there, very close to the white lines, just to open up the view around the left-hander. So again, he's well into the left-hand side just to open the view up around the right-hand bend. You just need to keep an eye on gravel this time of year, which can mount up. You don't want to be leaning too much on a bend. Sometimes it's not easy to discern. And now we go down through the trees, and we'll probably drop down into a pavement after this. Beautiful time of year. Out for tanks. And approaching the national speed limit. Check the mirrors. Dale, he always looks absolutely rock solid on the bike. In absolute total control. Interesting, because he recommended that I got the Monster R, if you remember, 18 months ago, if you've been following the channel. And I think he took a look at mine and thought, This is the Trenchard Lines, which is the birthplace of the Royal Flying Corps, which was the ancestor of the Royal Air Force. Yeah, good to be out with him. COVID has slightly cramped our style, really. Haven't got out as much as we'd like to, but I guess all of you taking advantage now of this wonderful weather. I actually saw him use the brakes then, which you don't often see with Dale. Very much into engine management, putting the engine to the braking, not actually changing down to brake, but just really intelligent use of the throttle and planning ahead. Interesting seeing what my bike looks like from the back, because in the 18 months or so I've owned the Monster, I don't think I've ever followed one. Dale managed to pick up a really nice model. Got loads of bling on it, and very low mileage too. He also got a quick shifter, which he's disconnected. He didn't like that. Beautiful, beautiful countryside down here. If you've never ridden around Wiltshire, I do heartily recommend it. Worth a ride out. It's taken me 2 hours to get down here. Well worth it. Lovely mix of sort of leafy lanes and open plains. Some fantastic scenery and history as well. So the plan is to drop down onto the A303, past Stonehenge on the right, and then head up through Devizes to a nice little pub called the Barge Inn. Because of the engine braking on the Monster, you actually rarely need to use the brakes. Generally find if I use the brakes, it's because either because I've done something wrong, or because literally just traffic is just slowed, so I have no choice. Durrington, site of the famous Durrington Walls. Woodhenge, huge great structure, Neolithic, part of the sort of Stonehenge complex. We talked about using the headsets today, but the problem when you use headsets is it does get in the way of your commentary. So we're using lots of hand signals and waving, making lots of wrong turns. Interesting to be standing on the pavement right now, the sound of twin monsters. 163 horsepower times 2 and 4 tow Mignoni pipes. down the A3031 junction, and this is going to be the site of the infamous Stonehenge tunnel, which is going to desecrate this ancient landscape. I find the monster's very comfortable, certainly beyond 70 miles an hour as a naked bike. I must have read that somewhere. Move out just in case these cars pull out. I know from speaking to Dale, he's not a big fan of filtering. He'll sort of do some if it's very safe, but generally speaking it's not something he will indulge in. And there we see Stonehenge in front of us. Magnificent sight. Be great when it's finished, won't it? Just noticed Dale's got sneaky rearward facing camera on there. Long view down the road now, so move away from the oncoming traffic. This has got to be one of my favourite roads in the UK. It basically takes you from Stonehenge up through to Devizes. Zone ahead. Let's roll off. Open up the view, move out. To the village of Shrewton, just roll off, no need to brake. And as always with cornering, when the new view becomes available you can move out. Move into the left now to open up the right hander. Stay there till the corner opens up, essentially. You can move out, I just need to delay that slightly because of the oncoming traffic. Eventually just becomes second nature, but when you're learning advanced, you really have to think about it. So, additional speed limit, mirrors, good view down the road now. Just quite see into that hedge line there, so I wasn't quite sure there was a cyclist, so I didn't really want to go there. Just below that, but I think we'll go in there. always find when you've got a queue of about 4 cars that aren't keeping their distance, they can suddenly stop because somebody somewhere in that queue will just slow down or tap on the brakes or something, and suddenly everybody at the back just has to really go for it. So generally find with a bit of a concertina shape of cars like that, just give yourself a little bit more space. I'd have thought about an overtake there, but to be honest, with 6 cars ahead, wouldn't really gain me very much. I'm a great believer that you balance the risk and the reward. So into neutral, right foot down, front brake on. Keep an eye on your mirrors. Safe enough here though with the queue of traffic behind. And we're going to go through Devizes and head to the barge inn for some lunch. Just holding the traffic there. And, driven along the left-hand curb, close to the curb. Sometimes you can invite an oncoming car to come towards you and squeeze you into a gap, then into a tighter space rather. Something Dale taught me was the sheepdog manoeuvre, where you basically just ride out a little bit, you hold them and then give them a big thank you. 50 zone. Always use a change of speed limit when the speed limit's changing upwards there, say from 30 to 50, just to put a bit of a gap between yourself and whoever's following. Along the top of the hedge there for clues, but couldn't see anything coming. I was able to hold my position until the view opened up. What you're always trying to do is maximise the amount of information, subject to the constraints of a safe road position. Very deep shadows today, so you're trying to look for potholes and gravel and so forth. And also here where the edge of the road is, actually it's very indistinct. into the centre of Devizes. Lovely Wiltshire town. Beckhampton Straits between Devizes and Avebury, but this is just a little back road that just runs south of it. All fun.
Sorry mate, I was just thinking that we could see the bikes if we...
No, good idea. Yep, good idea. Nice little road that. Shame we got stuck behind the tractor.
If you know where this road is.
Well, shall I take us up to the bit where we film, and then if you want to do everything else then, yeah? Dale will enjoy these corners now. Nothing in front of him on his new bike. Nice dry road conditions. And here we are arriving at our destination, Avebury again.